Hello, everyone. So my name is Igal Cohen. I'm a VR and new media producer, and I'm the executive producer of a VR project called Bioluminescence First Contact. It is an interactive sci-fi experience that will immerse you underwater in a dive that will go very wrong. It is staging a very peculiar and natural phenomenon called bioluminescence, which means that some underwater species emit natural light in order to communicate, to lure, and to mate. And this is one of nature's most magnificent spectacles. So, sorry. My brother, Abel, who's a director and a 3D artist, he became obsessed with the rendering in 3D of bioluminescence. So a few years ago, he started to make these little videos to stage some bioluminescent creatures. So this little squid here, for example, I don't know if we see it right. Some urchins that we don't see very brightly, but they are bioluminescent, and even some fictional creatures like this one that he published on Reddit, this video, and he got many views with those video, and he understood, like, as some people started to believe that this could be a real creature, he understood that it's quite doable to create a believable story world with the underwater world, because we know so little about the underwater world. So he started to collaborate with a screenwriter, and they created a VR project called Bioluminescence First Contact, with the aim to use the beauty of bioluminescence, the immersion of VR, and the power of a good story to try to make the user feel differently about his own position in the natural world. So they came with a project that is a sci-fi experience that lasts between 20 and 25 minutes, and that aims for the sweet spot between a sophisticated narrative story and a very thrilling, immersive ride. So, here's how it goes. You put your headset on, you're given some controllers, and you find yourself in the eyes of Rachel, who's an experienced scientist and a fearless diver, and you're equipped with the state-of-the-art in diving technology. Eva, she's your mentor and expedition leader, and she's guiding you by radio. She's an expert in bioluminescence. You only hear her. And she wants you to investigate a burst, a spike in bioluminescent activity in that specific area. So, you dive in the middle of the night, and as you go deeper and deeper in the darkness of the abyss, you encounter a first fish, a bioluminescent fish, that is unusually shiny and aggressive. And it has unusual behaviors with its environment. And as you collect samples, you realize that this shiny nature around you seems to be having a mind of its own. And the species that you meet, beautiful and scary species, they behave as if they were sharing one and only mind. And the more you advance, and the more the world around you seems to be infected. And as you start to feel strange yourself, as you start to feel strange yourself, you begin to believe you're infected too. And so in the darkness of the abyss, you can only distinguish that something really massive is following you, is attracting you, is enchanting you. And because you're alone in the darkness, you start to lose your mind. And ultimately, you will face this predator. This is it. This is you in front of it. And it's a massive creature that will try to communicate with you directly, the user, and will try to convince you to transcend your own humanity to join an infected swarm. So this is Bioluminescent First Contact is an intense sci-fi story, and to make sure that the users believe in that story, we are asking world-class actresses to lend their voices to our characters. So we have confirmed an interest so far for the role of Eva, of Gillian Anderson, and for the role of Rachel, of Charlotte Gainsbourg. We believe that having with us on board actresses of this caliber will help us in making the project more visible and help in the international distribution of it.
Okay,
so who are we? We're an international team. We have our 3D artists in Lyon, France. We have our programmers in Halle, Germany. We have an author in London, a director in Paris. It's a French-German co-production. We have completed so far 50% of our budget. We are funded mainly by regional and national public funding in France and Germany, with some telco operators helping us as well with private money. We are in the middle of prototyping. We will have a prototype ready by mid-December, and we will begin production in 2020, early 2020.
So time
it's finished.
Is up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's finished. So
okay,
thank you so much.
Thank you very much.